Hello everybody, my name's Alan and you're watching Guns, Gear, and Outdoors Alaska. Today we're going to be testing the AR-15 in the snow. We're going to plop this thing down in the snow and bury it, pull it out, see if it still works. I'm going to be using this BRN-16A1, kind of retro M16 style. I figured that'd be a good representative of a lot of the AR-15s out there. So we're just going to shoot a few rounds through it, prove that it works before we start the snow test. All right, gun's working fine. Let's get it in the snow. Okay, so action's clear and open. We're unsafe. I'm putting a bag over the muzzle. We're not trying to test if bore obstruction will blow up the gun, because we know that's the case. I'm not trying to stuff the muzzle. We're going to take really testing the action here. We're going to see if there's any places on here the snow can get in and cause any trouble. So let's do it. Grab another magazine here. I think I got these loaded with 5 or 6 rounds. We'll see if they lock back. And the first test, we'll do dust cover closed. Okay. Here we go. All right, I think we got pretty good coverage. I'm not compacting any of the snow on here right now, but let's pull it out. All right, I'm gonna not brush off as much as I can. See if it'll shoot for us. You can see the action's covered. See if that causes any trouble or if it works just fine. Ooh, one thing I want to mention. Doesn't have to do with the function of the gun, but those sights, the peep sights on this A1 style are totally clogged up. That's something to be aware of, because if you can't see what you're shooting at, that's kind of a bad thing too. Yeah, the front sight post, just snow jammed all around it. I think I got it good enough. See if it functions. Worked just fine. Locked open. Let's do another one with the dust cover closed. But first I'm gonna get another bag on the end. All right, that worked kind of like I expected with the dust cover closed. It still worked. So we're gonna load up another one. I think 5 or 6 rounds in the magazine again. And we're gonna go dust cover open. And I'm gonna try to compact some snow into there to just replicate the worst case scenario. Here we go. Okay, that's seems pretty snowy, pretty well covered. Let's pull it out. I'm gonna leave that clump on there. Let's see what that does. Like I said before, sights are totally covered in snow, not usable. Can I get the safety off? All right, safety's off. Trigger guard. Poke the snow out. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this from the hip. And we locked open. Wow, that surprised me a little bit, even jamming snow in there. The AR-15 is a pretty good system in that it keeps stuff out. Even with the dust cover open, it doesn't have a lot of big slots or anything for snow to get in and gum things up. But yeah, pretty interesting stuff. If this seems kind of far-fetched, I think you haven't spent enough time in the snow. I've definitely dropped guns and stuff in the snow when I'm walking around, and if you're crawling or climbing, or it's gonna happen. Sometime you're gonna drop your gun in the snow, and this gives you a little bit of confidence in your equipment. One point is though too, I I shoot these pretty dry in the winter. I lubricate them sparingly, and that's more of a thing when it gets really cold. But that seemed to serve me well here. I wanted to do this test now in October versus later in deep winter, because this snow's a little bit wetter. I think it had more of a chance at stopping the gun. It's probably 20-ish degrees right now, but when you're at 30 or 40 below, the snow is really light and powdery, and I don't think that would really gum up the gun. But I think you might run into trouble at that temperature with cold, especially with different lubricants. So that's something I'd like to test later on in different videos once we get into deeper winter. But that was interesting. It did good. AR-15 chugged through the snow. Anyone who says it's unreliable in the snow, well, you can just send them this video. Thanks. Hope you enjoyed it. It was fun to make. Like, subscribe if you think I deserve it, and have a good one.